Welcome back. Today we are highlighting small businesses here in Metro Detroit, starting with one entrepreneur catering to those with a sweet tooth.
Yeah, that's all of us. So we're joined by owner and creator of Heart to Tart, Vanessa Smith, who runs a home-based baking business out of Clinton Township. Thanks for coming in this morning, Vanessa.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
Well, we're excited. Look at this.
We are so
Yum.
excited. And I got to have the first question because all this looks so good. Let's start with a little bit of background. The name of the company, where did it come from? And we can see it here, but describe to us what we're looking at.
Okay, well, these are all butter tarts, well, in the center here. And then I have some cinnamon buns here, some bars, chocolate bars, and Milky Way bars, pecan bars, and Nanaimo bars. So those are like a Canadian staple. But the name Heart to Tart actually came when my husband and I were sitting at the table trying to figure out what we were going to call this thing that came out of my kitchen. And we're very punny people. So I was trying to think, like, you know, people come up onto my porch and we have a chat, and it is always very genuine. I hear all sorts of things that can be kind of surface level or very deep. So I wanted it to be kind of a play on that. So we thought heart to heart. I have a lot of heart to hearts with my customers. So Heart to Tart. That's where that comes
Very
from.
nice tie.
I love that. I wish that folks at home could like smell
smell-o-vision.
how it
Smell-o-vision,
smells
right?
so incredible. You can smell the sugar and the butter. So explain what a butter tart is.
So essentially it consists of like a buttery, flaky pastry shell. And then it's filled with like a caramel, like a gooey, yummy, buttery caramel, a little bit of saltiness in it. And then it's very versatile, as you can see. So I've done plain, there's s'more, raisin, chocolate chunk, cookies and cream, raspberry, there's walnut, coconut, chocolate. Basically anything goes. Like, you can do literally anything. I've done maple bacon.
I wasn't even listening because I was just
Well, see, Jordan's our designated eater, so that's why we had to put him farthest away so these could survive for the minute. Now, this kind of came to fruition during the pandemic. You kind of really went all in on this. I mean, what, like, obviously you've baked throughout your life. Where do these recipes come from?
So, I mean, butter tarts are a Canadian staple, so they go hundreds of years back, I'm sure, but this one is particular to my Grandma Smith. She's since passed, but I just thought it was really important to keep that tradition going. She was a fantastic baker, and I think that is in my DNA. My mom especially, too, like, fantastic cake maker. So, yeah, I just wanted to carry on the tradition of this, and during the pandemic, I feel like a lot of people pivoted. I used to be more medical field. We had our daughter in 2020 in April, and it was like very beginning of this pandemic, and it was very scary. My husband and I decided, okay, someone needs to stay home with this girl because it was terrifying. We had no idea what was going on. So, you know, being a new mom in a pandemic, as a displaced Canadian with no network and no roots was really scary. So I really had to think, like, what am I good at here? What can I do at home while taking care of my little girl? And I thought, baking. All my friends and people that I'd met, because the borders were closed, could not go and get their, you know, butter tarts across the border. So I was like, I've baked butter tarts thousands of times. I got this. And that's where I started. It just spiraled. I put my stuff up on Facebook Marketplace, and then eventually I was like, okay, I really need to create a page because people really want these. They're really missing them, and it's something that keeps them connected to, like, if they're Canadians, their homeland, and also Michiganders. They just love them too. So it went hand in hand, and now it's slowly building. It's a very slow build.
Well, I can tell you, as a fellow Canadian, you know, when the border shut down, I was up in arms, and I led many protests about not getting my butter tarts. So I'm glad you picked up the slack. I mean, we don't get upset at much, but that was where the line was drawn.
Give me the butter tart.
Where's the butter tarts?
Yeah.
That's right.
So do you have a favorite? Is there like a top seller? Like,
really, I feel like Michiganders really like anything sweet. Like, they have a big sweet tooth, right? So anything like chocolatey, they tend to gravitate towards. So s'mores, I would say, are my best here. But if I am selling to Canucks, like myself, it's usually just the classic, like the raisin, the pecan, just the plain.
A little healthier for the Canadians.
yeah.
Right, there's a lot of butter and sugar in there.
Flavors.
I don't know about healthy, but.
So can people find you on social media, online, storefront? Where can people get some of the butter tarts?
So right now, I just currently sell out of my home, so I'm a home-based business. Eventually, maybe I'll have a brick and mortar. We'll see. If that's the case, I kind of mentioned earlier that I wanted to have something that was like more, you know, face to face. Like I want to keep that small feel while having a brick and mortar, so we'll see how that goes. But a lot of people do find me on social media. Word of mouth is huge for small businesses. So if people try my stuff, they like it, they tell someone, and that's generally how it works.
All right, well, I know Jordan and I aren't shy. Sandra likes to eat after the
shy.
show.
I just don't want
because,
to
you know, so let's you know, do some justice here and try.
What sounds good to you?
I had napkins. I don't know.
Oh, napkins.
Is this the s'mores one, top right?
Is this the s'mores one right here in the
That
corner?
one is a chocolate chunk. There's a s'more one over here.
I'm going chocolate chunk.
That has your name.
He'll get to the
This
s'more
one's
one
already
later.
closest to my mouth.
That's right. Chris?
Okay, what's
gonna wait.
I'm always excited. That's some raspberry jam?
That's
Oh, you are gonna
raspberry.
wait.
I'm going to choose.
And that one's self-explanatory.
We're going to give it a bite here.
I'm going to go for the raisin, the classic
we're doing
raisin.
classic.
Canadian raisin.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
I'm
right.
not sure.
Cheers,
I might go
Cheers,
for a
indeed.
s'more.
Sandra, get one of these.
I will. I might go for a s'more.
Can I move this?
Oh, that's, wow.
There you go.
Oh my goodness, I'm making things difficult for you.
Oh, you're
Thank you,
fine.
thank you.
Cheers.
I've got pipes under here.
I'm already
Cheers.
into it.
Oh,
That is
okay.
fantastic.
Too late. Thank you
So
so much.
good. Thank
you
We
so much.
appreciate it. Thank you so much to Vanessa Smith, and we're going to keep following your progress. Good luck
Amazing.
to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm like a bear. I'm going to plump up our winter starting
I'm
right
leaving
now.
them all.
Yeah,
So.
it's like-
By the
love
way,
it.
as they eat, we'll let you know if you or someone you know has a small business in Metro Detroit that you want us to know about. Reach out to us to the email there on your screen, and stay with us. We will be back right after a quick break.